With the Season 1 update going live here in Black Ops 6, we got a brand new SMG, and every single SMG in the game got a buff. So I want to show you the top 5 best SMGs that you can use, and also the loadouts you should use on them. So if you guys are new and find this video to help you out in any way, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel with notifications on, and let's get into it. Now for our first SMG in today's video, guys, we have the Tanto 22, which I think is the best SMG in the game. It's really good up close, really good at long range. You can outgun anything with this weapon: assault rifles, LMGs, marksman rifles, other good SMGs up close. The Tanto is super good. I don't even know why it got buffed, but it didn't need one, but they just made it a lot better after the Season 1 update. But for my build on this SMG, we are going to start with the optic here first, and I'm going to be adding on the Kepler Microflex. Like I say in my videos, this is the best and easiest optic to use here in Black Ops 6, but if you don't want to use this, if you have another optic that you like using, no worries, add on your favorite optic, use what you have on lock right now. But I'm telling you, if you want to use the best optic in the game, go ahead and throw on the Kepler Microflex. Now for the muzzle here next, we're going to be adding on the compensator. Also, like I say in my videos, this is the best muzzle in the game. Like I've said in almost every single video, you could run the suppressor if you want more of a stealthy and quiet route on this weapon, but honestly, I would like to have accuracy better than, you know, just being quiet and stealthy. I don't care if people know me on the map or anything. I'd rather have good accuracy and better control of my weapon. So we're going to throw on the compensator, better vertical recoil control, a lot of gun kick control, making this weapon smooth, more accurate in our gunfights. So we're going to throw on the compensator. Now for the barrel next, we're going to be adding on the Gain Twist barrel. Now, I will say this weapon really doesn't need more damage range. I don't really recommend the long barrel. I don't recommend the reinforced barrel. You could run the reinforced barrel if you really wanted to for a tiny bit more damage range and bullet velocity, but I want to have a huge amount of bullet velocity on this weapon, which we're going to get a 45% increase in our bullet velocity, so our bullets are going to be traveling very quickly to hit our targets quicker in those gunfights to give us those upper hands. So we're going to add on the Gain Twist barrel. Now we're going to skip the underbarrel and go to the magazine here next, and you have the Extended Mag 1 and the Fast Mag, or the Flip Mag. I like using either or. Flip Mag's really good, the Extended Mag's really good. It just depends on how you want to play. Do you rather want to reload a lot, but you're going to reload really quickly, or do you want to have the slower reload time, but have a larger mag and just be able to take out more people in one mag? I prefer the Extended Mag. The Flip Mag is good if you want to run this, no worries, but I will say the Extended Mag 1 is a better option. And then for my final attachment, we are going to the stock, and we're going to be adding on the balance stock here. The mobility and handling is good on this weapon, but when I'm using an SMG, I want to move fast around the map, have that aggressive playstyle, be in people's faces, and just try to get as around the map as fast as possible. So the balance stock is going to be my final attachment, increasing that movement speed, aim walking movement speed, strafing movement speed, and hip fire movement speed, just to give us better mobility here. But here's a full build here, and also we will take this weapon into the firing range, and I'm going to show you guys. I mean, this weapon, 10 meters deletes, 25 meters deletes, 5 meters deletes, and even if we want to take this weapon to 50 meters, this weapon deletes. I mean, this thing is absolutely broken, which I'm sure probably in the Season Reloaded update, they're probably going to nerf this weapon. Next, we have the SOG, which is a brand new SMG here. Now, this thing is absolutely broken, but the Tanto is still, in my opinion, a better SMG, just because you're able to take your gunfights to longer ranges. But the SOG, we all know if you've used this thing, this weapon deletes very quickly up close. One of the fastest killing weapons here in Black Ops 6. But for my class setup, we are using the Ultra Variant Blueprint, which changes the iron sight. So you can either use the default version of this or this blueprint. We are going to be using the iron sights on this weapon, and always will use the iron sights on this weapon. But we're going to start with the muzzle here, and once again, we're going to be adding on the compensator. You're just getting so much vertical recoil control and gun kick control on this weapon, especially with this weapon having a fast fire rate. You're definitely going to calm the gun kick down. You're definitely going to calm that vertical recoil down, make yourself more accurate in your gunfights, give yourself the upper hand in those gunfights, win more gunfights. Add on the compensator. It's going to make your life a lot easier. Now for the barrel here next, we're going to be adding on the reinforced barrel. Now, we're going to increase the damage range on this weapon. It's really good up close. It's okay in those medium ranges, and it's not really the best in those longer range gunfights. So we're going to add on the reinforced barrel, and we're going to make this weapon better in those medium to upper close gunfights. We're not going to go above 25 meters with this weapon. So adding this on is going to make those 15, 20, 25 meter gunfights a lot easier to go against with this weapon, because we're increasing our damage range, and also we're increasing our bullet velocity. So we're going to add on the reinforced barrel. Now for the underbarrel next, we're going to be adding on the Ranger foregrip. I like using this weapon with a lot of mobility because you're having that aggressive playstyle, especially if playing on like Nuketown, Babylon, Subsonic, Hideout, the new map. I mean, you're just going to be able to move around the map and just get more coverage of the map, get a lot of gunfights, get a lot of kills and everything. So moving fast around this map will in general is going to help you just get more kills and everything, be more aggressive. And also with this attachment, we're getting that horizontal recoil control, so we definitely want to throw this on. Now, we're going to go to the magazine here next, and we're going to be adding on the first extended mag. Now, I will say this. Never run the second extended mag. You do not need to run the second extended mag just because the time to kill on this weapon is absolutely insane. So we do not need to run this, and also we're killing our handling. We don't want that. If you are going to use an extended mag, use the first one or don't run a mag at all. You don't need a flip mag or anything on this weapon. The reload time is perfect. I do think if you're going to run one, which I do kind of recommend, is going to be the first extended mag. And then for my final attachment, with the mobility being good on this weapon, I do want to increase the handling a little bit more, so I'm going to be adding on the commando grip. This is going to give us faster aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed, so in those gunfights, we're aiming down sights lightning quick, shooting faster off his sprint, and I'm telling you, this build is absolutely broken, overpowered. You guys are going to love it, and we'll take this weapon into the firing range as well here, and I will show you, I mean, at 10 meters, it deletes, 5 meters, deletes, and even at 25 meters, it deletes. I mean, 20 meters, just this thing is super broken, man. Now, for our third SMG here, we have the C9, the MP5, whatever you may call it. This is honestly one of my favorite guns, and it's just the MP5. Everyone loves the MP5 in Call of Duty. For my build, though, I mean, just a nice stealthy build, low recoil and everything. You guys are going to absolutely love it. We're going to start with the muzzle, and of course, with me just saying stealthy, we're going to be adding on the suppressor to keep us off the radar. This is going to be a really nice build if you're trying to get your first nuke, or if you're just trying to go on your highest kill streak, increase your KD. We're going to add on the suppressor, be off the radar, be quiet, stay stealthy, stay alive a lot longer. So we're going to add on that suppressor here. Now for the barrel, we're going to add on the long barrel. Now, the MP5 with the long barrel, you're going to be able to outgun assault rifles in those extreme long ranges. The C9 long barrel combo, super nasty. All I'm going to say is add on the long barrel for the MP5. You're going to fall in love. Now, since we're not running the compensator here, we do need to add some recoil control to this weapon, so we're going to add on the vertical foregrip. This is going to give us a lot of horizontal recoil control and also some gun kick control, so our weapon isn't that bad on its accuracy. You're going to be able to control it. It's going to be easier, but if you don't want to run the suppressor, add on the compensator and go with the Ranger foregrip on this weapon so you get that extra mobility. So it really just how it depends on how you want to play with the build, though. But with this class setup, though, I do recommend the vertical foregrip with us running the suppressor. Now, we're going to the magazine here next, and we're going to be adding on the first extended mag. I don't really recommend the 50-round drum on this weapon just because you're killing the handling on this SMG. SMGs, you're supposed to be fast-moving, high handling, and everything, so I don't want to kill the vibe of the MP5 with its fast mobility and handling already, so go with the first extended mag. The only thing that's going to slow down is the reload quickness, which is not that bad anyway, so add on the first extended mag. And then for our final attachment here, we are going to the rear grip, and we're going to be adding on the assault grip. Now, I'm not going to lie, the aim down sight speed is really good on this weapon, and the sprint to fire speed is okay, but I do want to increase that so we're able to shoot faster off a sprint. This MP5 is more of a slower playing build for this weapon, so if you have to be aggressive, the assault grip is going to allow you to do that, to shoot faster off a sprint. But the MP5 build, you're going to love it. Stealthy, quiet, good at long range, no recoil, and you could be aggressive with it if needed. We'll take it into the firing range just to show you guys. I mean, this weapon is super nasty, and we do have the blueprint that you get for Prestige 1 on it if you want more of a Tommy gun look to it, but the MP5 long barrel, it's a cheat code. Now, for our fourth weapon here, we have the Jackal PDW. Now, I will say this will probably end up being the most popular SMG by the end of the year just because this can be the SMG using the CDL. They usually don't buff them or nerf them unless it's really needed here, but the Jackal PDW already is a good weapon. We all know that from the beta, and I want to show you the build that I have now. We're going to start with the muzzle. We're going to run the iron sights on this weapon, and we're going to be starting with the compensator. You want to run your compensators. You want to run the suppressor. I just don't really think that the muzzle brake or the ported compensator, they're just not that good. The compensator, by far the best muzzle in the game. The suppressor, you know, it's there. You know, it does have a meaning. Muzzle brake, you really don't feel the kick reset speed, the first shot recoil control. Neither ported compensator, you really don't feel any of the vertical recoil control or that first shot recoil control much. You feel the best recoil control, gun kick control, and everything. Your accuracy just is a lot better with the compensator. So go ahead, throw it on. I'm telling you, this should be the only muzzle you're using, or the suppressor, either one. Now for the barrel, I will say run the reinforced barrel. The damage range on this weapon is okay at medium range. We're not taking our weapon gunfights to longer ranges like plus 25, 30 meters. We do not want to take those. If we have to, we have to. But if you could pick your gunfights, stick to like the 5, the about 20, 25 if needed. But the reinforced barrel is going to help with bullet velocity and damage range. We're going to increase our damage range a little bit to help with our bullets being stronger at longer ranges and give us a faster time to kill in those longer range gunfights. And also, bullets are traveling faster. This weapon does have a fast fire rate, so that's going to be a pretty good combo. Now for the underbarrel here, we're going to be adding on the vertical foregrip. We do want to just have the best control of our weapon here, so we're going to add this on. Horizontal recoil control and gun kick control will go into this weapon, so we're going to get horizontal, vertical recoil control, and a lot of gun kick controls, so this is going to make the weapon really nice and easy to control. Now we're going to skip the magazine here. This is kind of more of a competitive build if you want to use it here, but you can substitute whatever you feel like you need to. But we are going to the rear grip next, and we're going to be adding on the ergonomic grip. This can help with slide to fire speed, dive to fire speed, and aim down sight speed. Now for me, how my playstyle is, I'm always sliding, I'm always diving, so it just makes sense to run this attachment so I can shoot faster off a dive or a slide. And just in general here, we're getting a lot of aim down sight speed as well, so we're going to have that aggressive diving, sliding play style, just being aggressive on the movement mainly. So we're going to add on the ergonomic grip. And then for my final attachment, we are going to the stock, and we're going to be adding on the balance stock here to increase our mobility. So having the grip that I have on now and the stock here is going to give this SMG the highest mobility and handling in the game, and we're just going to be moving faster around the map, getting more coverage of the map, getting to more engagements, get those high kill games. Here is the build for that if you need to take a quick screenshot here. And we also will take this weapon into the firing range, and I mean, this weapon is really good in those 10, 15, 20, 25 meters, really good up close. This thing it'll end up being the best SMG in the game, I bet. And then get into our final weapon in today's video, guys. We have the most popular SMG that everyone's using right now, which is the KSV. And I wanted to leave this as our last weapon in today's video. But for my class setup, we are going to start with the muzzle. Once again, we're going to be throwing on the compensator. Now, the compensator on this SMG, you are getting so much vertical recoil control. The weapon doesn't have that bad of a fire rate, so the gun kick isn't bad, the vertical recoil isn't bad, but adding this attachment on is going to cancel out all the recoil, all the gun kick on this weapon. So this one attachment is giving us full control of this SMG. So we're going to throw it on here, and we're going to be super accurate in our gunfights. Now for the barrel next, we're going to be adding on the long barrel. Now this weapon, if you don't have on the long barrel in those medium to long range gunfights, if you have to take them to those ranges, you are literally just going to pepper people. You're literally not even going to take them out. It's a pea shooter, hit marker machine if you do not have the long barrel on. Throw this on, it's going to be able to outgun assault rifles, LMGs, marksman rifles, other good SMGs from up close to long range, so definitely add on the long barrel. Now we're going to be skipping the underbarrel in the magazine, and we're going to the rear grip here next, and we're going to be adding on the commando grip. Now the handling on this weapon is already good, but I definitely do want to make that better, so we're going to increase our aim down sight speed, our sprint to fire speed, help us be more aggressive in those gunfights, aim it down sights lightning quick, shooting faster off a sprint, especially on the KV, already having good handling, making it better. It's definitely going to make you more of an aggressive player in those gunfights. And then we're going to the stock here next, and we're going to be adding on the balance stock once again, just increasing that mobility, strafing movement speed. We can move left and right while aim down sights. And we're going to be able to dodge those bullets in those gunfights. Our movement speed's going up, so we're just going to be moving very quickly around the map. We're going to have wheels on our feet, get into more gunfights, get higher kill games. Hip fire movement speed's getting increased, and also our aim walking movement speed's getting increased, so we definitely want to throw this on. And then for my final attachment here, we are going to the fire mod, and we're going to be adding on the overpressured rounds here to get a 25% increase in our bullet velocity. Now this is going to make this weapon super nasty, but if you feel like you don't have the best control of your weapon, you could throw on the recoil springs. It's really on what you want to run. Since I know how to control my weapons very well and everything like that, I am going with the overpressured rounds. And here is a full proof for that. And also, we will take this weapon into the firing range just to show you this weapon up close, 10 meters, 5 meters, and even at 25 meters, this weapon deletes very quickly. But in my opinion, these are the top 5 best SMGs and their loadouts to use here in Black Ops 6 Season 1. So if you do try out any of these loadouts, let me know in the comments what was your favorite loadout. And also, if you want to let me know your best game you got with it, let me know in the comments as well. But guys, thanks so much for watching. You guys stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one.